What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Retro Hoop Collectibles PSA Weekly Data Update. This is a good week for PSA in terms of output. We'll get into the data in a second. If you have not watched the first episode of this update, where I go through the data and how I pulled the data, some of the logic that I used, and some of the conclusions that some of the logic that I used to come to some of the conclusions that I've used in this spreadsheet, I highly encourage you to do so. Go back, hit pause, go back, watch the first video because it's going to explain everything. I'm not going to go into detail on just the updates, so I highly encourage you to go back. I'll link it in the top. I'll link it down in the description for you to go back and watch the first episode. So that you can be up to date on the data and the numbers and where they came from and what they mean and all that good stuff. So if you like this kind of stuff, I do this update every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The video drops. I pull the data on Mondays, and then I do the update video today, Tuesday, and then I release the video on Wednesday. 6 p.m. Central Standard Time every Wednesday. So if you want to continue to be updated on PSA's progress as they work through this mountain of backlog that they have, hit your notification bell, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, hit the notification bell, and if you like this video, hit the like button. It helps me out. So without further ado, let's get into the data. So we're going to spend very little time on complete through dates. I think there's been a lot of discussion in the comments on the last couple of videos about complete through dates. I've told you guys that I feel that complete through dates are not being updated. They are complete dog shit when it comes to trying to keep anybody informed on any level as to where PSA is within their backlog. They're just useless, I think, in my opinion. So for the third or maybe even fourth week in a row, very little to no update on any of the complete through dates, with the exception of regular. I think regular jumped up a couple of days right here. So regular was February 9th. It's now February 16th. Economy orders were April 8th. September 8th or September 9th. No change there. No change on reholders. Slight change on collectors club vouchers. No change on ultra modern, no change on modern, no change on vintage, no change on TCG, and no change on quarterly specials. I say no change, but it's like 2 or 3 days. Negligible in terms of the time that has gone through. So I pulled this one on the 10th, I pulled this one on the 17th, and again, very negligible changes. So the reason why I say that these are useless, right, is because in the comments, you guys are telling me, that you're seeing orders back that you submitted this year in February that were, an economy order or a regular order or an ultra modern order or whatever. So there really is no rhyme or reason as to why some of these dates are what they are. However, with the data that I'm about to show you right now, because this week was a massive week for PSA, it gives me a little glimmer of hope simply because of the volume. So I mentioned in a previous video that I think that they have two groups of people that are attacking both the backlog from the oldest order and then the backlog from some new orders. Maybe they're pulling some of the bigger quantity orders and pulling them out no matter what, and just getting those submitted to sort of reduce the bulk of what's going on. So also, they may be attacking those onesie-twosie orders that are coming in, that were submitted, where it's, maybe they can kill, instead of knocking out one order that has 100 cards in it, they can knock out 100 orders that have one card in them, and just the processing of everything can go a lot quicker. There's numerous ways in which you can attack a big thing like that. However, in my opinion, these complete through dates are just complete garbage. I'm going to continue pulling them just simply because it's easy. It's a snapshot. It's a screen grab, and we can talk about it. And in the off case that we may get surprised, then hey, we get surprised. But I've seen very little to no movement on any of these, and there's really no reason to believe that they're worth anything in terms of updating. So that being said, let's get into the data. So huge week for PSA this week. Total of 164,000 cards that they did between the week of the 10th and the 17th. So I pulled this data Monday the 17th. The last snapshot I pulled was on the 10th, so I'm comparing last month's the data from the 10th to the data to the 17th, and the difference between the pop count reports is 164,000 cards made it to the pop count report. That is massive, because that is almost 40,000 cards above the average that they've been doing the last 7 weeks that I've been pulling this data. They've been consistently about 120,000 average. You guys can't see that number, can you? Yeah, you can. 100. Okay, so it's been about 119, almost 120,000 average, and this week they busted out 164,000. So almost 45,000 more than the average. Now that is huge increase, and it leads me to believe that what they're doing is probably onboarding a lot of the people that they've been hiring. So we've seen on the customer, we'll get to the customer service center in a minute, but you guys know I just like to scroll through that to see if there's anything new on there that we can talk about. But they mentioned having close to 1,000 employees now, where it's just and I made mention last time, it's like, well, where are all those employees going? Are they graders? Are they shipping? Are they receiving? Are they, what is, where are those 1,000 people? Or, the increase of like 500 or 600 people, where are those people? Where are they going? It seems like they've gone into operations, because they've increased significantly. A big portion of that increase, let me see. We'll do some. Oh shit, wrong one. Let's see where the big chungus was. A lot of it was in basketball cards. Basketball cards was the big one. TCG cards was another big one. I mean, the big ones are always going to be your basketball cards, your baseball cards, your football cards, and your TCG. Quite a bit of soccer cards this week, I should say. But again, the majority of it being basketball cards. Obviously, Prism is out. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people are sending in Prism unless you got like a LaMelo or something, LaMelo color rookie or something like that. But so we'll see. A big increase like that. Just the only thing that I can think of is that they are now onboarding, or they have onboarded and are now using a lot of the people that they hired recently, and bringing them into the fold in terms of operations, and either getting stuff received in, getting orders received in. A lot of the comments from you guys have been that my order was sitting there for a long time, but it finally got checked in and it's in research now, and it's kind of stuck there. It hasn't moved from there. So but this, like I said, this is it's good to see. I'm very happy to see this big increase in output this week from PSA. It averages out to about almost 10,000 more cards a day. So I mean, that's huge, in terms of working days and stuff like that. That's huge. So if the influx of cards really did stop, or them shutting down services really did choke down the amount of cards that they receive per day, and then they've done this massive of an increase, that's very good news. So, you guys have heard me talking a lot about SGC recently, and, just the great job they've been doing. But this is good too, to see this from PSA and to see that increase. It's very, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's very optimistic to see that. The previous catch-up estimates, they really haven't moved up too much in terms of the date is concerned. But the actual days to catch up has reduced, by about 10 or 15 days. They still have 44 days left until their July 1st original goal of returning services. But again, that goal of July 1st was not to return services. It was, or not to turn services back on to a point to where they can turn around quicker. It was July 1st was the goal for them to get caught up on receiving in the bulk of orders that they have. And what that means is, hey, listen, it's going to take us all the way until July for us to just receive in the orders that we have here and get them into our system and get them processed. Not necessarily, hey, on July 1st, we're going to open things back up and we're going to be delivering orders at the same pace, that we were prior to the increase or prior to the pandemic. I don't think that that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to open up July 1st, and then the influx is going to hit, and then things are going to be no better. If they open up July 1st, and if they start opening up services really big on July 1st, I think they're going to get hit with an influx, and I think it's going to hurt them. So hopefully they don't. Hopefully we see some sort of press coming out, in the middle of June somewhere, where they are going to extend that July 1st date, where they're not going to open up services anymore. Because we did see in one of their press releases that they were saying, hey, we've already extended collector club vouchers to reflect the July 1st date, and we will extend it further if necessary. So they're kind of already opening that door for the idea that they're going to be closed a lot longer. I hope that's the case just from an operational standpoint, because I think that they're going to need that time to get caught up. But again, if the backlog was 4 million cards, then October 9th. If the backlog was 6 million cards, then I'm estimating around January for them to be fully caught up. And if the backlog was in fact the 10 million cards that we keep seeing kind of floating around as just an arbitrary number, then it's going to be July of next year. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about PSA having this massive week. We kind of didn't follow the pattern that I originally thought we were going to follow of like one bad week, one good week, one flat week, one increase, one flat week, one increase, a flat week, and then an increase. Actually, we kind of did flat week, increase, flat week, huge increase, increase, flat week, increase. So it might have. I think we're still holding pretty good to that now that I'm thinking about it, because we did 130. PSA did 130,000 cards the week of the 3rd, and then kind of went flat back to 120, and then a big increase here, and then we'll see if they go flat. I'm gonna put in a prediction right here. I'm gonna say they're gonna be close to 135,000 next week. I'm gonna see how close I am to that. I think this is gonna be like 135,000 next week, and if that's the case, then that means that they've increased their overall capacity, and not just they just didn't have an influx of people come in. And what I mean by that is, like they didn't have just like a temporary influx of people. Like they've actually like built some capacity and actually trained some people in positions and put them in there, and so on and so forth. Now, the quality of the grading is yet to be seen. I think we're seeing it already, but that's going to be another thing that we're going to talk about. The level of 10s and 9s. Guys, I really, really, really want to show you this gem rate data that I've been pulling over the last month. It is, I don't want to say mind blowing, but and the reason why I've held off so long on releasing that information or releasing that video or doing that video is because the conclusions that I've come to are very, I don't want to call them damaging, but it's like when you look at the data and you look at the gem rates and what they were and what they are now, and more specifically what they've been since the increase, since the influx, it's kind of hard to ignore a very glaring outcome or a very glaring conclusion, coming from PSA. So I want to be very careful about releasing that video. I want to be very thorough in my analysis of the data, and I want to try to offer I want to simply show you guys the information and let you come to your own conclusions, because I have conclusions as to what I'm seeing, and I'll let you guys formulate your own opinions. What I may end up doing, I've been wanting to do a live stream. So I think that video is going to be my first live stream, in which I'll pick a time, like a week ahead. I'll give you guys a date and a time in which we're going to go live, and we're going to go over the data live on the live stream. And that way we can interact, we can chat back and forth, and you guys kind of tell me, am I crazy, am I not crazy, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned for that. It's coming. I promise you it is. I really want to make sure that I do my analysis thoroughly, and then kind of give you guys the data in a very clean and accurate way. So that's gonna do it for this update video. Again, pretty good news. Pretty good news from an output standpoint as far as PSA is concerned. I think they did a great job this week increasing their output. Hopefully it's something that is sustainable. Hopefully the 160,000 is the new floor, or the new average going forward of what they're going to output. And if it is, then that's a pretty good sign, because if they're only going to increase from there, then we're going to see some significant reduction in the backlog, and hopefully kind of see them start opening up some services and at the right time, where they can get back to a level of turnaround times that are on par with what the market is doing. They cannot come back with bad lead times anymore. They just simply cannot afford to, just because SGC is killing it on turnaround times, and HGA is capping their submissions, so they're doing good on turnaround times, and they have to come back better. And if they don't come back better, I think that's going to be very detrimental to their customer base. I think there's people that are going to ultimately say, then what the hell did you shut down for 3 months, to only come back and still be terrible in terms of your customer service and your lead time. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep updating this. My next update is going to be, let's see, 5/17, 5/24. So our next update is 5/24/2021. And I'll release that video on the 25th, or on the 26th. The 26th. I'll release that video on the 26th. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Leave me a comment down below. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to continue to be updated. Hit your notification bells, because I drop this update video every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what kind of turnaround times you're seeing. Let me know what order that you have. What's your oldest order that you have with PSA that you still have not seen any movement on? And what I mean by that is in terms of that has not even been received in. If you have an order that has not even been checked into the system, let me know down in the comments what your ship date was when you put that order in, because I'm very curious about that as well. And then what service level you got. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the data. Let me know if you think I'm crazy. Let me know what you think about my estimated completion dates. Do you think I'm crazy there? And if you see any flaws in the data, or if you see any flaws in the logic, let me know that as well. As always, I appreciate you guys down in the comments, keeping things very interesting. Some of the comments in there have been pretty good. Once again, I say this, and I'll continue to say this. You guys are very smart people, very good quality comments, and I really appreciate the interaction and the back and forth. So once again, thank you guys. This video, again, every week, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll catch you guys on the next update. I love y'all. Peace.